Hello there, I'm Nate for Vintage Rails. So in this video, it's going to be a bit of a menagerie of things, but all related to one location, Cheyenne, Wyoming. This is the next part of my Colorado trip. I know this is not Colorado, but it's part of the trip I took. Bear with me on this one. So, there will be 4 steam locomotives, 2 very famous ones, and 2 not so well known ones, but they're still in Cheyenne anyhow, and I wanted to see them. And there's also going to be a tour of the Cheyenne Union Pacific Depot, so please do enjoy this video. I hope you will. Of course, if you do, please like, consider subscribing, and comment down below about anything. So, without further ado, here is Cheyenne, Wyoming. So, this is Union Pacific 1242. 460 locomotive, tender with Vanderbilt tender, built in 1890 by the Cook Locomotive and Machine Company of Paterson, New Jersey. It was built as number 1476 and retired in 1955. It was renumbered 1242 in 1915 during a general renumbering that many railroads were doing at the time. I'm guessing this is definitely not its original tender. Vanderbilts were very modern. So it's been on display. I don't know if it's been on display here in Lions Park for that long or whatever it was. But this thing is in a bit of rough shape. The boiler casing is gone. A lot of the wood that make up the buffer beam and such are in pretty ratty shape, and the cab is enclosed with just simple plywood there. Lions Park in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So there's a bit more interesting stuff to come. Don't worry about that. We'll be seeing more in the Union Pacific rail yards and further south of town. This is probably not what you're looking for here, but here is 4004 at Holiday Park in Cheyenne. Big boy, built by American Locomotive Company in Alco, Schenectady Works, Schenectady, New York, in 1941 for the Union Pacific as an order of, I believe it was originally 15 engines. Massive 4884 locomotive. This is gonna take a while to get around here with the long walk. It was retired from service about 1958 when steam was retired. And in 1963 it was officially donated to the city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, where it has been on display since. Excuse my walk, but there's a lot of gravel here. Cheyenne's first big boy, but they currently have 2 big boys now. We all know what the second one is, but whether you know about it or not, I will try to search for it shortly. So, finally got over to the Union Pacific Steam Shops. I've been wanting to be here for a long time. And we see 2 engines here. I wish I could see more of them, but here, once it focuses, this is terrible. It focused once before. Union Pacific 844. American Locomotive Company at Schenectady, New York, 1944. The last new steam engine purchased by Union Pacific and built for Union Pacific. And we also have number 4014, a 1941 Alcos American Locomotive Company out of Schenectady, New York locomotive. Also, one other thing I spotted in the yard here. A tender of either 3985 or 4014, I don't know which. I think 4014's tender. 3985's tender is on the locomotive 4014, last I heard, but please do correct me down in the comments below. This is a massive rail yard here with a beautiful station. Downtown Wyoming, well, Cheyenne, Wyoming, my bad. With the Capitol building, and right behind me is Union Pacific's station. 1889 completed. This is a great building. Goes pretty long that way and the other direction here. This depot is one impressive structure. Built in the late 1880s, completed 1889. The other side of this is the main line of the Union Pacific. Sunday in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and it's about a bit past 1:30. I went into the Railroad Museum here in Cheyenne. There are a couple parts from 4014 here. And apparently 3985 stay bolts, front running board of Union Pacific, gift of the steam crew. I hope to see that later. And this is part of the engine that I saw when I was in Pomona. So, and here's a picture of me when I was about 9 or 10 years old. So, 8 or 9 years old at Pomona in 2010. Inside part of the depot here. This is amazing decorations in this place. Completed 1889. One of the halls. The other hall is part of the Railroad Museum. Even got inlays in here. Completions of the Transcontinental Railroad. And there we are. To May 10th, 1869, in the upstairs of the depot. Pretty cool railroad up here. Union Central and Northern. It's based off the Colorado Central Railroad narrow gauge, which was later Colorado and Southern. Got a number of towns here. Got Blackhawk. Down below is Clear Creek Canyon. There are a decent amount of people here on Sunday. One of the mines. Here. We got Forks Creek. That goes to Blackhawk, and this is towards Silver Plume. This is a great railway. But the thing I want to show you most is nearby here. Here's Idaho Springs, and across the way is Georgetown. And then behind there is the loop. Aerial of the loop. Most of this line still exists. Right there is the loop baseball field. And that is Silver Plume. This is a fantastic model railroad. So I hope you did enjoy this video. Don't got much else to say except see you next time, and until then, God bless.